Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another video from T.W White Sons. Okay, I've tasked myself today to photo and video all our new demo cars. This particular one is a Mazda 3. This is the GT Sport Tech 122 PS, that's a power output, approximately 120 bhp. This is automatic, and this is the revised e-SKYACTIV-G model, whereas before there was SKYACTIV-G. This is e-SKYACTIV-G, so it's got a few little revisions, tweaks to bring down the emissions and make them even more economical than they already are. This car's done 10 miles, so it is as new, but please bear in mind the car will be used by our customers, staff, just used at the dealership, so the mileage will go up. We officially have to keep these cars for 3 months, so you can always pre-order the car and we can agree a mileage limit. But as you can imagine, the car is as new because it is new. You'll even see some still some of the packaging on the car, which I've left on just for added protection. Now, as I'm videoing this car, from my camera lens, the car looks a little bit orangey, so I don't know if it will come out like that when you're watching it, but the car is the sole red crystal. And but just to emphasize, it's an e-SKYACTIV-G. Okay, so SKYACTIV-G, it's a mild hybrid car, so it will use the braking, for example, to regenerate electricity to charge a secondary battery, which will then run all the ancillaries on the car, you know, your lighting, sound system, etc., your sat nav. That therefore uses has less drag on the engine, because the engine's not producing the energy for those things, and therefore it reduces emissions. So in a nutshell, that's what mild hybrid does. There's a nice, I'll show you when we get in the car actually, there's a nice little picture which will give you an example of how it all works, which we'll come to when I get in the car. Now, before I do that, I just want to point out the boot on this car is a really good shape and size, and what I would call family friendly. You've got a 60-40 split rear seat. For those of you, in case you're curious, there's a Bose speaker there for the premium sound system, and there is space for a spare wheel if you require one, of course. The majority of the cars don't have spare wheels. It's not because they're being mean. I think a lot of people wouldn't even attempt to change them, and it keeps the cars light and efficient. Now, you've got a good opening for the doors, the rear door. It's a 5-seater car. In 4-seat mode, you can have your armrest, your ISO fix anchorages here and here, and you've got this lovely black leather perforated with these like red dots. Really lovely. If you've not looked at a Mazda in the last few years, I urge you to come and have a look and a feel. They're made very, very well. They've always been made well, but they've paid particular attention to the interiors, and there's a real nice feel to them. My own personal opinion is, if you look at a lot of the traditional premium cars, and then you get in one of these, you probably find these are put together, or certainly feel much better than those traditional premium brands. Now, you've got electric windows, mirrors, you've got the Bose sound system, you've got speakers here, in the back. You've got the subwoofer in the back. The sound system, it sounds amazing. It's really nice and balanced. You've got an 8-way, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-way electric seat, lumbar support there. Some bit in the car. Now, what I'm going to do, I need to zoom out a little bit. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start the car up. So you have 2 keys with a new car, okay? Those blades actually live inside here. I've just not put them in yet. And on here you've got lock and unlock, but this has got keyless entry. So when you when you approach the car with the key in your pocket or in your bag, etc., the door will detect that and open up. Now I'm going to start the car up. Now, look at the dash here. Sorry about the glare. Let me see if I can get rid of the glare. So foot on the brake. There's a start button there. Look, it goes green when I put the foot on the brake to show it's ready. You've got this beautiful, like, I think they call it a TFT dash, backlit. Really nice premium look. And you can change the display. So you can have it digital, analog. You've got your trip computer there. Temperature gauge, I like that because a lot of cars deleted temperature gauges, now they're back again. Fuel gauge and rev counter. The car also has a heads-up display which will project your speed, basic sat-nav directions, speed limits, etc. onto the screen there. Auto lights, wipers. The lights are LED, they're adaptive, they turn as you turn. When you put it on high beam and a car comes the other way, down a country lane for example, it will dip the lights, but in a way that you won't blind the oncoming traffic or the oncoming car, and it won't compromise your vision either. So it's amazing, you've got to try it out. You've got your volume controls, trip computer, answer a call, decline a call there. You've got cruise control, and it's adaptive cruise control, so much more useful on the UK roads. I don't believe we've got the traffic conditions for like cruise control, where you set it and that stays at that speed until you cancel it. This will track the car in front. You've got other driving aids like blind spot monitoring system, so this will light up when somebody overtakes you, just to say, look, someone's overtaking you, don't pull out. You've got one in each window glass there. If you're reversing out of a car parking space, for example in the supermarket, and somebody comes across the rear, it will warn you so you don't pull out. Another really useful feature, especially in supermarkets. You've got 360 camera, parking sensors front and rear. Okay, if you were to veer out of your lane, if you were to veer out of your lane, the car's watching. So if you're on a motorway, dual carriageway, and you don't indicate when you move changing lanes, the car will warn you either by a rumble or a bleep. So safety there's a big focus of safety in this car, and that's why this car, I believe, on the NCAP safety tests, came out. I think this is the safest car on the road, this and the CX-30, and I'm not surprised why. Now, if you don't need to use all these things, you can turn them off here with a quick key here. Now, just to run you through this as well, so that's your camera. You can turn your parking sensors off. Okay, you've got traction control. I don't know why you turn that off. You've got an intelligent start-stop system, engine start-stop system. So when you're in traffic, I took this to the car wash earlier. Foot on the brake, the engine will switch itself off, and then as soon as you go to move away, in fact, I'm going to try to show you. Now, I'm in a car park, so I'm allowed to do this. I'm on private land. There's no one about. Okay, no, it's not switched itself off yet, because the car has to be running at its optimum driving sort of conditions. The engine mustn't be too hot or too cold. The battery must be fully charged, etc. And I had all the heater on and stuff, so that's probably altered things slightly. So what I'll do is I'm going to demonstrate the camera. So see the lines there, and if you can see, look, I'm turning the wheel and I'm going to line up those lines, those yellow lines, with the white lines. Okay. And if you can see, look, it'll give you a 360 view as well, to get you into that parking space. Okay, so if you can see now, these yellow lines are covering these white lines, so it means I'm perfectly in that space. Can you see there on the left screen there? There you go. So lovely parking, no excuse for parking halfway across parking spaces. But yeah, comes in really, really useful. So you've got cameras in the wing mirrors. They do the side, one at the back, one at the front. So that's front, sides. Okay. All right. Now, you've got climate control, air conditioning, heated seats, heated steering wheel. Steering wheel's fantastic. I really like the heated steering wheel. I use that a lot in the summer, to be honest. Let's turn that heating off. You've got a USB. Now, one of the things they've revised on these cars, they had CD players. They've decided to delete the CD player. I'll be honest, I don't even own a CD, but you can always use your USBs. Okay, so if you've got any data, and the car has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you've got another USB there. So you can mirror your phone onto this screen here, and then you can use, you know, Spotify, YouTube, all the different apps. They are restricted though, because they're made for driving in a car, so you're not going to be able to, you know, watch YouTube and things, but I suppose you could listen to it. You can listen to your music that way. If you've got an iPod, you can listen to it that way as well. And also, if I take you to here, entertainment, the car has an FM, AM and DAB. Now, I only heard yesterday, I think Absolute Radio switching from FM just to DAB, so DAB's become very popular, and it's certainly something for all with DAB. Can I have a look and see the stations? Look at these, all these BBC stations. What I like is I can listen to LBC around the country, because they do it on a national channel. Yeah, national DAB channel at LBC. Because before, you get out of London and it starts fading away. So something for everyone on there. Your sat nav, nice big screen. You can search by postcode, road, etc. And when you're driving along, often need a petrol station. You can look at petrol stations around here. Now, I'll tell you where they are, what brand they are as well. And if you can actually set up this car to have if you set up a Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone, the car feeds off that, and then you'd get things like the fuel prices, etc., live traffic updates, and some more things as well. So yeah, real good communication in this car. Connectivity, I think the word is. But yeah, it's a really lovely place to be. Now, if you've had Mazda 3s in the past, one thing you'll certainly notice is how much quieter these are. Mazdas have always been criticised for their road noise. I've been in the Mazda world for almost 20 years now, and that's one of the criticisms. This is really a really quiet car, and the materials used are very, very nice, and it certainly got that premium feel to it. Right, now, what have I forgotten here? Oh, I forgot to mention, you've also got 2 settings on the electric seat for the passenger seat. So when you get that position, you'll not lose it if somebody else comes in. You've got and changes your seating position, of course. You've got flappy paddles on the steering wheel, and I want to just talk about this gearbox quickly. It's a 6-speed gearbox, okay, and it's a proper gearbox. Now, I say proper gearbox in the traditional sense. It's seamless. It won't roll back on hills, okay, and it's a nice smooth gear change. A lot of manufacturers have used CVT boxes or like DSG boxes, which I always find from my own experience can be unreliable and also a bit jerky. And an automatic gearbox to me should be nice and smooth, seamless, and certainly not roll back on hills. You've got this beautiful rimless mirror, which is auto dimming as well. Glasses case holder here, an SOS button will connect you to the emergency services, and the list goes on. Now, I've almost been speaking for 15 minutes now, and you're probably very bored, so I just want to thank you for watching the video. And if there's any more information you require, any more specific videos, photos, don't hesitate to ask. Part exchange is extremely welcome. even if you don't have a Mazda. If you have a look on our website, we often sell a lot of our part exchanges that are non-Mazda, so give us a go. You may be surprised what we can offer you. But we've got fantastic finance facilities as well. Just please inquire and try it any time of the day. We fully appreciate that people are often looking at cars outside normal business hours, so please inquire outside of business hours. Give us a try. We may come back to you quicker than you'd expect. But once again, thanks for watching our video, and we look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye bye.